Before the world knew him as the most iconic martial artist of all time, Bruce Lee was just a boy with a dream. Early life. From Hong Kong to America, Bruce Lee was born in San Francisco on November 27, 1940, but his journey truly began in Hong Kong, where he spent most of his childhood. His father, Lee Hoi Chuen, was a famous opera singer, and Bruce grew up surrounded by the arts. However, his early years weren't without challenges. Hong Kong at the time was occupied by Japanese forces during World War II, and life was tough for many families, including Bruce's. As a child, Bruce was full of energy and often found himself in trouble. He had a rebellious streak, getting into street fights, which led his parents to enroll him in martial arts classes to teach him discipline. It was through these lessons that Bruce discovered his passion for fighting. His first formal training was in Wing Chun, a traditional Chinese martial art, under the guidance of the legendary Ip Man. At the age of 18, Bruce's parents made a life-changing decision to send him back to the United States. They feared his behavior in Hong Kong was getting out of hand. Arriving in Seattle with only $100 in his pocket, Bruce began to work odd jobs, eventually enrolling at the University of Washington. This move would mark the start of Bruce's incredible journey, from a troubled youth in Hong Kong to a martial arts icon in America. Discovering martial arts, a young man's obsession. Bruce Lee's journey into martial arts didn't happen overnight. It was a slow burn, fueled by a deep curiosity and passion that would come to define his life. As a teenager growing up in Hong Kong, Bruce was energetic, always looking for ways to challenge himself. It was during this time that he encountered Wing Chun, a style of martial arts that grabbed his attention like nothing else. He began training under the legendary Ip Man, and it didn't take long for Bruce to immerse himself completely in the practice. But for Bruce, it wasn't just about learning how to fight. He was fascinated by the philosophy behind martial arts, the discipline, the focus, the balance between body and mind. It was this obsession that pushed him to train harder than anyone else. He wasn't content with just mastering the techniques. He wanted to understand the deeper meaning behind every move. Martial arts became more than a hobby for Bruce. It became a way of life. As he grew more skilled, his thirst for knowledge only intensified. He started blending different styles even at a young age, challenging traditional martial arts methods. This early obsession with martial arts laid the foundation for the revolutionary thinker he would later become. Bruce Lee was not just a student of fighting, but a student of life. The turning point, a move to America. Bruce Lee's decision to move to America was a pivotal moment in his life, one that changed everything. In 1959, at the age of 18, Bruce left Hong Kong and set sail for the United States. It wasn't just a casual move. He was searching for new opportunities, a fresh start. America offered the promise of freedom, new horizons, and for Bruce, a chance to explore more than just martial arts. Settling in Seattle, he enrolled in the University of Washington to study philosophy. But while he focused on his education, his true passion was never far behind: martial arts. He began teaching Kung Fu to local students, sharing his knowledge and skill in a way that was unheard of at the time. Bruce wasn't just teaching a fighting style, though. He was introducing a new way of thinking, a philosophy that combined discipline, strength, and self-expression. This move to America wasn't easy for Bruce. He faced cultural barriers, racial prejudice, and skepticism about martial arts. But instead of backing down, he pushed forward. He believed that martial arts could transcend cultural divides, and in the process, he started shaping his vision for a new form of martial arts, one that would eventually become Jeet Kune. Bruce Lee's time in America wasn't just about survival. It was the foundation of his legacy. Breaking barriers, martial arts in the West. Bruce Lee arrived in America at a time when martial arts were still viewed as exotic, unfamiliar, and often misunderstood. Most people saw it as something out of old movies, filled with dramatic, unrealistic moves. Bruce knew that martial arts were much more than that. They were practical, disciplined, and could be a way of life. But convincing the American public wasn't going to be easy. Hollywood rejection, struggles before fame. Bruce Lee's journey to fame wasn't smooth, and his early days in Hollywood were filled with disappointment. Despite his undeniable talent and charisma, the industry wasn't ready to embrace an Asian actor as a leading man. Bruce faced rejection after rejection, often being cast in small, stereotypical roles that did little justice to his abilities.